back. This is Arunava Chaudhuri and you are on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. Today I want to talk about the group stage of the UEFA Euro 2024. I want to talk about the highs and the lows and the tops and the flops of the tournament here in Germany so far. 13 days, 36 matches. Some great football, some brilliant football, some drab football, some terrible football. We've seen it all, we've done it all. But history, there is that angle of history which does come in. If we want to start with the tops, we have to start with the hosts, Germany, who of course opened the tournament on the opening night with a 5-1 against Scotland and, calmed down the doubters who said, you know what, we don't know where Germany stands. Let's see what they do. They then beat Hungary and scored a 1-1 comeback draw against Switzerland. 7 points, top of the group. Germany have done their job. The other team, which was expected to perform and which did perform, was Spain. Clear-cut winners against Croatia. I was there when they beat Italy 1-0 in a cagey encounter. Spain surely better, Italy nowhere to be seen. And then, of course, another win against Albania with the B team. This Spain team is very, very talented. It's got experience on its side, players like Alvaro Morata. But on the other side, young and talented players like the youngest player of the competition, 16-year-old Lamine Yamal. Let's wait and see how far Spain can get. Or Spain-Germany could be a quarter-final. And then we come to the surprises when we come to the tops, to the highs of this tournament. Austria, under Ralf Rangnick, the professor. High-pressing football, power football for 90-plus minutes. Austria, the dark horses, are suddenly no longer the dark horses because they are in the easier side of the bracket of potentially getting far in the tournament. And after losing 1-0 to France, an undeserving loss, a win against Poland, and then that 3-2 against the Netherlands, it was impressive. And maybe Cristiano Ronaldo would have to think about what he said once. Is this guy actually a coach? Ralf Rangnick certainly is, and let's see how far Austria can get and go in this tournament. And then we come to the positive surprise of this tournament, or surprises. I start with Albania, the passion, the fight, the grit that they showed. Didn't translate in results, but still, it was impressive what Albania and their fans put together. And then we come to Georgia. What has Georgia done in this tournament? The lowest ranked team in this tournament, and they are in the knockout stage after a 2-0 win against Portugal. Their fans, they just couldn't believe what was happening. The top political class of the country were there in Gelsenkirchen on that night. Mamar Dashvili, their goalkeeper, the best goalkeeper so far of the tournament with the most number of saves. Yes, this is very, very impressive what Georgia has played under Willy Sagnol. Then we come to the fans. The fans. The most important element in football. Then without fans, what is football or what is sports actually? It is certainly entertainment these days, but the fans are a very, very important element. And when we talk about fans, we have to talk about the Scottish fans. The Scots were, more than just impressive. More than 200,000 in Munich and in Cologne. And I was there in Cologne. They just rocked the place. It was a very interesting mix of Scottish and Swiss fans. We have to talk about fan marches. We have to talk about the Netherlands. We have to talk about the Dutch party song, Links, Rechts from Smolle Bollekes, which has been played in Hamburg, in Leipzig, in Berlin, where there's now suddenly a German version of the song as well. So suddenly, all these elements have come together, and Germany have been great hosts so far. And that is also an aspect which should not be forgotten. Of course, there have been some weaknesses, and I'll come to it when I talk about my lows and my flops. But so far, it's been a great tournament. We come to the flops, and where do we start? Pre-tournament favourites, France, England, have not performed. Italy, mixed, were very lucky to get a late goal against the Croatians. And the Croatians are out. And they had sort of, those crazy moments. 31 seconds, Luka Modric, his penalty saved by Donnarumma, but he turns it around and scores at the age of 38. But in the end, the Italians score the equalizer in the 98th minute. And it's football, right? And you see Luka Modric standing over there, most probably his last game, maybe one of his last games in a Croatia shirt. For some others, maybe as well, of that golden Croatian generation. When we talk about France, we have to talk about Kylian Mbappe. Of course, he broke his nose against Austria. That hasn't helped. He missed the second game. He scored his first ever goal in the match against Poland. Game over penalty. France, 2 goals, 1 own goal, 1 penalty. Nowhere near what this team potentially is capable of. But again, we come back then to talk about the coaches. When we talk about France and about England, we have to talk about Deschamps and we have to talk about Southgate. Defensive mind, defensive setup. Deschamps has won a World Cup. One should not forget that. But this team can play more. And with England, they topped their group, but did they deserve the 5 points that they got? Who knows, but a team which has Harry Kane, which has Jude Bellingham, which has Foden, which has Saka in it, is capable of more. And they need to show it. But they were playing sleepy football. I don't know what England was playing. And Jude Bellingham, can he become the player of the tournament, as some have predicted, or rock the world is done at Real Madrid? We'll have to see, because it's going to be interesting. I said, lots of highs, some of the lows. And we come to one factor which I've heard a lot in and around stadiums, the Deutsche Bahn, the German railways. The services aren't the best and the system is stretched. The system was stretched before. It's been a problem for years, but it has now been exposed during the Euros, especially, even though, they've got extra trains, special trains. It's not enough. But the weather's been better over the last few days. Let's hope it stays that way. And this party can continue, because the group stages were great. Again, Germany had the celebrations. Other teams, as I said, Georgia, great. Albania, the Swiss, the Dutch, the Scotsmen, not to forget. And who can't forget the Turkish fans? They're like the second home team. What I always say about India when we talk about the Middle East, Turkey is the second home team of this tournament. And they've celebrated. They clogged the other night, the day and night in Dortmund. No more cars were allowed into the inner city. So it's been great so far. Some lovely football, some great football. But it's also said, some disappointment so far. But now we move into the knockout stages. And now the real tournament starts. Let's see who makes it to the quarters, to the semis and the final on the 14th of July in Berlin. Let me know what you think. Have I addressed all the lows and the highs? Have I missed something? Someone might speak about the Christian Eriksen situation. 2021, he nearly died on the pitch. 2024, he scores a goal. Another one of those moments. So therefore, tons to speak about. Maybe I've missed something. Let me know in the comments. As always, like and share this video. And also, subscribe to Arunfoot. So Arunava Chaudhuri signing off. Bye for now.